Okay, it's the closing segment. What an awkward setup we have.
Formation. Yeah.
Same as the Champions League.
Good boys choir, good boys choir. But yeah, we were just talking about the group stages. We are past the group stages. I just wanted to touch on one thing. I know you touched on the Nedbank Cup, le maestro, but you know, I actually don't have anything good to say about the Nedbank Cup. The only thing that annoys me about the Nedbank Cup is the fact that Grant Kekana broke his knee, his finger, his finger, his index finger, and that I think for me that also messed up the momentum that we had, because that centre back pairing, yeah, Grante le Mutobi was doing well, and I think, but it was a blessing and a curse, because AB came on and he was playing super well, but we always talk about synergy and Hotwailana, and it wasn't there. I don't think they had time, AB and Mvala. We played the first round, the quarterfinals, first leg away in Algeria. Were you, firstly, Master, were you happy with that draw? Getting Belouizdad?
To be honest, I wanted us to go to the north. I wanted Belouizdad or the other team from Algeria. I didn't want us to go to Simba, man. You know the Simba story, smelly dressing rooms, snakes in the back. We didn't want that.
Smelly dressing rooms,
snakes in the back. So I actually wanted us to play CR Belouizdad. And you know Sundowns, when they play a good team, CR Belouizdad. Don't let the result fool you. That one is a very good team. It's a very good team. It's unfortunate, man. They met a different animal in Sunday.
And the Peter Shalulile, that was on form. That was crazy. That was a crazy performance from Peter.
I mean, we saw Peter Sipombule doing 360 times in Mares village. This is Sundowns.
Maestro will throw you up. You say something, castrate face. That's it. But I wanted to ask Long. When we went to, no, I don't want to lie, I had so much anxiety for quarterfinal, because, and not because I don't think normally I would, but sometimes, you know, the talk gets to you. You're like, quarterfinal, this and that. Were you confident going to the quarterfinals, Long?
I was surprised in a way, because I didn't know too much about CR. But because I was on my way going to watch the game at home, and they said, hey, we're already 1-0 up. Then end of the game is 4.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening here? Then I just said, if you can beat this one, then we're gonna take it. Because now you can't play away and score 4 goals and not take the Champions League. You understand? And we are playing teams from the north. You know, Algerian team, Tunisian teams, they are very strong. Because I thought if you don't get CR, let's get Esperance. Because back then we played Esperance. Back then when Esperance was still strong, we played them when we lost 5-0, 3-0 to Al Ahly. So I thought if we beat this, the way we beat this one is convincing. So it means that this one we are taking it. Because, you know, I was so skeptical about this Maestro and Simbas. You know, these teams, Tanzanian teams, these other teams from Ghana, these Angolan teams. You know, remember the season before we lost to Petro, when we were confident that, you understand? But I said we'll never win against such teams like Petro when we play at FNB Stadium. You understand? It's not our territory. But we lost, but it's fine. You understand? So the way we won against CR, man, I applaud the boys. You know, Sipo was top of this game. He even made the team of the week. You know, and him and Shalulile. You know, I was very happy. And then I'm happy about Sipo because he left all his shenanigans behind. And he showed that what he's good at in the field of play.
And also we're getting into the team of the week with no assist, no goal. Which is a bit rare for whoever is judging that.
And then, you know, the way he played, even the second leg, the guys feared him from CR when he was in the team. They didn't want to mark him. Because, you know, that boy is marvelous. And then I want to tell him, keep it up. You can have your, but keep it up.
King, you are.
But keep it up, because I think next season we have a playmaker. You remember when the resurrection of Teko Modise, now we have Sipo. I think if he performs like that and get a good partnership in the midfield, I'm telling you guys, the invisible is going to happen.
Sorry to hasn't spoken. You know, I had a thought the other day, you know, footballer of the season, Teboho Mokoena. homeboy Yasipombula, they grew up together.
Mm.
You know, I think for next season, that Footballer of the Season award might do good for us because it says to Sipho.
Hey.
Makasana we win. I can also win it.
Anyway, without goals,
Without goals,
without assists, without things that you can put on the table and say.
So to Sipho it says Makasana we win, and you know we are both good players, and I can do it as well. So I think that will also motivate Sipho to unlock another. Because I still think, in terms of what we saw, even at his best this season, I feel like there's another level when it comes to sport.
And a level higher than that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
To add on that, I think we failed to mention one player, Neo Maema.
Oh,
You guys, you know, I think he's very underrated. But if you can see Neo's work in the field of play, you will see where our combinations come from. He's always part of the action, but I think he also needs to push more, so that he can get that accolade to show that, you know what, I'm one of the best. I think even if they snap him in Bafana, but since he came to Sundowns, he's improved a lot.
To add what Long saying, Long,
Yeah.
what we did with our eights, it adds to what to our eights this season.
Yes.
What we did with Neo, Allende,
Marcelo,
Spelele, Sipola, like you guys said,
Yeah.
what we did with our eights is unspoken about this season. It's not spoken enough. What we did tactically on
There's
the field.
something like Coach Rulan.
So
No, it's not a bad thing. But he keeps saying that this team does not enough noise
But
about
do
it.
you guys get where I'm coming from when I say this is the best football I've ever seen? Since that, Rafael Chuku, the general,
Yeah.
but not ever since 2001
No,
until
that one
now.
didn't have a term like a diamond on top of it.
No, I mean, as he says, you know, when we first qualified for Champions League, it was back then. We saw it at HMPJ. AS Vita Club, we played it first at HMPJ, and we drew 4-4 and then we lost. But you know what? That was the start of things. So he didn't see it, but I'm saying to you, you missed a lot of good football. Boy. But this one is better than the yesterday's. But this now, I
Let us
think,
move.
I think, as we say, we're gonna take it next season. Because
Yeah.
we won one better. Eh?
Yeah, and I was about to say, Kere, that's why, like, for the quarterfinals, I was super nervous, super nervous, and then not only for myself but for the players, because basically this thing, like, if we had been knocked out of the quarterfinals, I think this thing was gonna sting way more than it stung last season.
Yeah.
Because now they felt like, no man, we are one better than last season, and then now it shows. Because isn't it crazy? We were saying, no man, we have to like break this thing. We can break the ice and get into the semi-finals again.
And we did.
But now for the fact that it stings, Mara. There's a positive because we are no longer a quarter-final team now, and I feel like next season, like it might be. I know
Another
there's
semi-final.
nothing that's a given, but it might be a given. But do you think everyone says the red card still are a way to with that, because now we are getting to like the
Semi-final.
do you think the red cards to Neo and Allende cost us a spot in the final?
It might have. It might have. It's you can't discard it.
Yeah.
Especially not first league, more especially at home, second league where they were not available, when we needed to make changes, and maybe I think you can't discard it. You
Yeah.
can't discard it.
Now you know I think my biggest frustration. I know it sounds like sour grapes now, but my biggest frustration the knockout stage is the fact that VAR is used selectively.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like Marcelo is there's a better argument that it's a red card.
Yeah.
But Neo, of course, I feel like when you freeze it, it looks bad. But in the moment, like, he had momentum. There was nothing else he could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think more. Okay, of course, it's to the discretion of the referee, and he felt like he should go. But I felt like we had penalty shouts.
Exactly.
But
Available.
they just told us the VR check was done quickly. But the referee didn't even go to the screen and look at it.
But also, I'm asking myself, do we put the referees under enough pressure as Sundowns to go check on the VAR? Because in North Africa, the North Africans will always be on the referee's face, for a penalty call. And also, I felt that penalty call, I felt like we should have gotten a penalty at Loftus. There was a push on Peter Shaluli. But the players didn't shout. Man, you must shout.
Offside. No, he was offside. It was a penalty, but he was offside.
Also to add on that, I think also You remember, and the 2 red cards is fine. You talked about them. The other one, I think the game was about to go to an end, but it affected us in a way. But I was thinking also our coach. I think if we drew away, we come home. We need to push. If we attack with 3, it's fine. I don't think if you put Nasir in the deep end in that game and say partnership, I saw a partnership between Nasir and Shaluli. There's once one game in the league and the performance was good. You understand? So they complemented each other as if they played for a long time. So I think even our coach maybe was just shy to put him in.
But
I
think that's hindsight long.
Yeah, but wait.
You're saying that because we didn't make it.
No, we didn't make it. I'm saying to you. No, you know what? Let's go for a kill. You understand? Because we that had our number and then always is away goals. You understand? So it was time now. You know, if we check our record with that, at least we got their number.
Yeah.
Now we need to get Wydad's number. So,
but Tabela was playing well.
No, but Tabela was playing well. But I'm saying.
So why would you change that?
No, I'm saying to you. Even also our coach. I can say to you. I don't blame Rolani too much. We scored the second.
You blame him or blame Anyan?
You know what? You need to be ugly. As even in my interview, I said, on the vlog interview, I said, I'm happy. I don't fault Mvala a lot. Mvala played this season like no other season.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna fault him on one. And I even said on my interviews that, you know what, Mvala, keep your head up. Next season you're gonna come better. Maybe we'll be defender of the season. So what I'm saying to you guys is that even when we scored the second goal, you must watch the time. It was saying 78. Then I thought our coach will, let's play ugly now. You understand? But maybe he wanted to push more or close the middle field. But that was his plan. But, you know, also, our left-hand side was open on that day, but it's fine.
But also, I think we played very well.
Yeah, but it's fine. All I'm saying is, you say we want one better, ne?
Yeah.
I don't want next season to end on semi-final now. You understand? Because we are moving forward now. But I said, and I'm going to put my head on the block, this one we're taking it.
I'm glad we are there now, ne? Okay, I hear everything you are saying long, ne?
Yeah.
And I'm also taking stock of what I've read on social media from the day we were knocked out up until today. And I see everyone we all have something to look at and say, Babang, okay, but blame Mvala. When I'll blame Mvala, you feel the coach could have done ugly. The coach immediately after the game, he said, as long as he's the head coach, he's gonna play, he's gonna do it differently. I guess the percentage football, he won't do it ugly. Onyako Yeza playing well and playing the Sundowns Wega Shushan and PR. But now I have a controversial take on our deficiencies in Champions League. I honestly feel like there's no adjustment the team can make. Okay, obviously there's always an adjustment they can make, there's always corrections. But I feel like the biggest adjustment we need for Champions League, you already know my point. The biggest adjustment we need is on the stands, guys. Now I feel like as supporters, we have put blames on players, blame on the technical team. Now I'm saying, when as Sundown supporters are we coming to the fore and saying, on the mirror? Because we can always say the team is this, is this, is this, is this. But at the end of the day, coming there is not.
I consider everyone did it.
Everyone did it, man.
But also what he spoke about is something that the Wydad
he said it.
He didn't feel intimidated.
Yeah, the atmosphere for him was okay. People bad atmosphere. You know why? Because
we won 5.
And we scored first, and then they equalized, and then we scored. Obviously, really the third one, the atmosphere is long.
Extravagant.
Okay, let me get
exactly. Getting long. We score 1. It feels like the atmosphere is there. For me, I feel like that is it fooled us. Why Habakor? Little now we dip. We don't continue singing. We don't continue being loud and providing the players atmosphere because they also need us. To some, it might seem like those guys just play. It doesn't matter. It matters, guys. I always
department there. How?
Department there. No, market never vote.
Let me put my head on the block on that.
Yeah.
I think what kills are, there's a difference. The atmosphere at Muripe, it was better. Because even those people who wanted free entry didn't come. People in Atteridgeville, they don't have football. People in Atteridgeville, they don't have football.
No,
wait. You understand?
Because,
no, it's fine. But I'm saying to you, I think the team also need to, they are marketing also in this yellow shirt and whatever.
Free entry.
Yeah, free entry. This free entry, I think it needs to be balanced in a way that, let's give these free tickets to those guys who belong in those structures that we have around.
So the branch.
Yeah, we can call those people from Eastern Cape and whatever. Give them those free buses because we know the Port Elizabeth people, they sing. The Port Elizabeth, I'm telling you, they sing, those guys. If you bring the guys give them free buses, bring them here. Then you'll see a different Sgopu brigade. Also, on our side, these Pretorians, I'm saying this. I always tell them in this group, I don't want to hear. Go and have your explorer and record the game or whatever and sit in the VIP. Because you can't, I always have and he always shouts at me. I have a problem, I'm next to you, I'm singing. Then you are not singing, you are looking when the teammates are taking or the other teammates are taking. You understand? The next thing you'll be doing your hand like this.
Well,
you understand? When Obrimiwa makes a mistake, you do like this. It becomes a problem. So I think they need to strategize the team. The marketing, whoever does this free entry thing, they need to strategize it. We need to
But create a loophole somewhere there.
because Pirates supporters, Cheaper United, whoever, they borrow the t-shirt. And they come in, it's a problem.
I have an idea that I have free ticket to
Yeah.
I have free ticket. Let's say a week before the game, the Saturday before, or the Sunday, wherever.
Yeah.
Another workshop. What thing? Remove a ticket. And then the workshop will say, I guess, more fats. And we do that. We do that. That's the Saturday before. Say, okay, and those tickets are handed out then. It's saying, if I took ticket to keep us our favorite team. I mean, it's.
Your ideas are similar to what I shared with you now. Okay, enough for me. Workshopping supporters should be an ongoing thing. I know the team have their own way of doing things, but I feel like when we go away, the activation doesn't help. Instead of doing that activation, do a workshop with actual Sundown supporters. I know it's not gonna be easy. Arosika Wednesday. Or 7, and then you went to workshop people because I understand that. But if we have a weekend game away, let's say we're playing Amazulka Satarta, or just choose a weekend game, Yako KZN, or if we have a weekend game, Costellan Bush or go Cape Town. Try your best to do a workshop, like about 200 of those supporters. Make sure you have these people. Because when there's final, but 100, you're not 100 EU. Workshop these people. Come along, I say, take out a bus. Okay. Instead of giving the free tickets, say 48,000 or whatever the capacity of the stadium is, take out those buses. Have at least 150 people from KZN. Bus them in here for free. Western Cape for free.
Yes.
Northwest, Pokai.
Yes.
At 1 o'clock, before the game kicks off at 3, at 1 o'clock, we are guaranteed that we have at least 500 actual Sundown supporters who are in branches. Or even if not beyond branches, but are active and go to the stadium. In the most day. Same way these Europeans leading North Africa, they have the ultras. Right now we must have a system of the ultras. Section as group. We have 500 people who are gonna sing 90 minutes. I said already after 6 people get long, more like a maestro, 3 people get now. While they dampen the atmosphere come stadium. All the little Ropela Younger Dalamarumo Gallants is 217 cup.
And to add on that, I think Champions League is more important also. Via the singing. If you check the North Africans during their games, home games. By 11 o'clock, the game starts at 3, let me say. By 11 o'clock, the stadium is full. They say the gates open at 11. The guys are there. The guys are there. The games open at 11, the guys are there. They sing. When our players go and do the warm-up, they'll tell you when they arrive at the stadium at 1 o'clock.
Even before warm-up, because stadium
pitch
inspection.
Yeah, that pitch inspection when they get there. Even if they enter the stadium by pass before they go to change room, the stadium is full. We need to do that. The culture, the one that we are saying, let's have free buses there. The guys come here. When these guys arrive with their team buses, we are already in the stadium.
Exactly.
We are creating an atmosphere that will intimidate the opponents when they come into the stadium for pre-inspection. Then in that way, we're going to win all our Champions League home games, and then move forward and win the Champions League. But also that strategy of just those workshops you are talking about. Let's workshop these guys in branches also. Have these guys who do marketing go to those active branches, get them, talk to them, show them how it's done.
All right. Yeah, just to close off on the issue of supporter. Now I feel strongly about this, and I honestly feel like the I think the biggest downfall, not even downfall, but I think the biggest issue for Nagasaki League semi-final, I think, was the atmosphere. Having a full stadium doesn't guarantee you the atmosphere, because you can have a full stadium but it's gonna honka di pinya. So now my thing, I don't know. I think we must relook the free entry the way long blitzing all those tickets. Maybe they should go to the grandstand fair. The rest, I don't know. We'll see how we do it. I'd rather have a half stadium, but knowing the atmosphere will be very intimidating. Hominya is natural, guys. Like it's natural. Like if we go 2-1, 88 minutes, like Romania, but at least Hominya 1 out of 10 people, not 1 out of 3.
And also, if Hominze, but Mutomo 1 out of 5 people, then you know what motivate the Helena? At least they're go like,
you know.
So it's.
But to close off, I think on the issue of semi-final, because I think it's like the biggest thing. Also, it's like the last thing. It was the last game of the season for Rena. A lot of people talked about us having an SSP coach, but we are conceding set-piece goals.
I think Coach Rulan spoke about this. His pre-match presser before the Wydad game. Profile away North African teams. I think he spoke about it's on one of our pressers. He'll speak about it better than I will. And then I understood what maybe it's not such a weakness, but it's their strength. Maybe not such, because in our league we don't concede set pieces. It's when we play the North Africans that produce that we concede set pieces. I don't think there's a problem.
Yeah, I think let's close this chapter, guys. I think is there any chapter that's just headful as second league semi-final?
This one, I think I even told you a few days when I met you. I only cried when I got home. You understand? Here, because I was here it was like let's entertain each other when you go out. But I didn't even do that. I did the interview after that. It was dull for me. But it is sunk in when I got home. You know, when
Sundowns, how painful it was.
Others were crying. I had supporters who were crying in front of me. They were crying so much that I had to comfort them. Then it touches you. You understand? Hence I say, when I got home, I switch on the TV, the repeat is there. Then I said to myself, alone, I even poured coffee for myself and even got cold. Because I just weep. You know, when you weep, you love something, you weep. Because people know me as Kerata Sundowns more than whatever.
Yeah.
So I wept and then I said, is this really happening? You know, even my person said, my partners and I, it will be fine. It was something, you know, I didn't expect it. And then in the manner that we went out, you know, guys,
I don't lose a single game.
I'm putting a plea to the CAF presidency. Abolish away goal.
You know,
can you abolish away goal,
we
guys?
always ask for things, and then next time it's gonna be us needing the away
No,
goal.
let's abolish away goal.
Yeah, I also feel like an away
Let's
goal.
abolish. Let's be like you said. You wanted to be like Europe. Let's be like Europe. Let's abolish.
But also, you know, I feel like our biggest downfall in the Champions League is us not taking chances.
Ne?
We had enough chances to beat Wira.
Yeah.
If we took those chances, we wouldn't have the situation on VAR, if we are being honest.
Also, it's unfortunate that some of your best players are the ones that turned. Yes, Mshishi will give you, but Shalule had 2 opportunities in the first half.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be like a pointer. I'm just saying, it's unfortunate because Mvala has been a rock at the back, and then it's an unfortunate situation.
Listen, no, it's part of the game.
It is.
It's part of the game. And
I remember,
luck.
how we were supposed to come to the Pirates game, the Nedbank Cup final, Loftus, and I was telling you, I'm not sure I wanna go because I'm gonna walk into Loftus and start crying because of the crime scene that happened last week.
No, but it's fine, guys. Let's accept it. And I said to Noel in my interview, I said, if Mudimu this season Adumelo refite finally, Adumelo, then he wants to Rolani to start the season. When he starts the season, he wants to, and he also wants to make Rolani the first young coach to win the CAF Champions League.
No, it's going to be the second youngest now.
The second youngest, but it's fine. But South African. Let's put it like that. Yeah. And then also
Champions League let's have a routine.
That's
the only time
No, but I think it's something else, guys. You know what? Let's invite God to that. And I'm telling you now.
And unfortunately for us, we are always there. You know, that's why those who visit Bayeti, they always say that thing is easy because we are visiting.
No, I mean before we close, I'm gonna tell you that team that put both the status of women's team, they're not gonna make it. Maybe through the last 16 if they can make it through the group stage. But I don't think they'll be in Portman 4 because they've never been there. So I'm telling you, they're going to struggle also. Because we have the depth, we know what's happening. But then also, I'm happy that we are winning away. always.
But also, you know, we always
important.
ask ourselves how the North Africans do it. You know, when you look at the way North Africans do it, we also must change this thing. We must not say KEF or nothing. We must say all or nothing, because that creates that helps the players mental, you know, to be strong. We must emphasize with players. Every competition is very important. Playing the Nedbank Cup, winning the knockout matches, it helps us. You know, when we face the Wydad under pressure, you know, these competitions are very important. So next season, it must be all or nothing. But we are not saying if we don't win anything, we'll
No, we're
get
gonna
in
win
the
it.
score.
We're gonna win.
No.
The league is obvious.
But anyway, care for nothing is just 15 people
Yeah, it's just you.
on Twitter.
Funny enough, they cried the same tears.
Yeah, guys, I think
Wait, just
yes.
before you wrap up,
Before we wrap, yeah.
don't think about it too much. Let's start from this way long. You out of 10 rate the season. Don't think about it too much.
Yeah, to start.
7.5.
I give them an 8. Yeah, 8 out of 10.
8.5.
With everything that I said about the football, 7.
Football-wise, it's a 10 out of 10. And then tangibles, it's a 5.
So your rating?
Is an 8.
It's an 8.
It's an 8.
What's the average between 5 and
7.5.
7.5. And then Henry Kopan Sabobotli is just too much math. Guys, we will talk until
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sun has been burning us
Yeah.
for a long time.
So-
we have waited at Muripe for a goal that didn't come. So We've been there.
You've been there.
I'm so glad Maestro, every time we were supposed to do fan camps with him,
Yeah.
he wasn't available. And then he came when it mattered most. So everything that he had built up,
No, he
Come
said
to
everything
today.
he wanted to say.
he said everything he wanted to say. But guys, I think we can talk, guys. There's still so many things we could add on, but we just don't have enough time. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to Lee. Thank you for Denga for shooting this.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's there's no English on Soranga. Thanks for Denga. I think also he's had a good season. We're reviewing you now, Denga. Denga had a good season.
Yes.
I think last season he shot that picture of the image of the year. Yeah, Coach Mangoba. This season he had Yamshishi. Yes, Lee. Exactly. Yeah. This season he had Yamshishi image. He had Rulani. He had 2 minutes. Rulani. I think every second meme you'll see Rulani. It will be Denga. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Roland, at Orlando.
Multiple Loftus Orlando. He has a lot. He has a lot. So yeah, man. Thanks for everyone who's watched this. Thanks to Denga for partnering with us for this season review. Thanks to Lee. Thanks to Maestro. Thanks to Neo. Thanks to Tlotlo. Thanks to Long for coming through.
And also,
I've forgotten myself.
and also,
Yeah.
also a big shout out to you, gents, for keeping us updated during the season, man. We really appreciate what you do for us as Sundowns fans.
As long as you watch it, we'll keep doing it.
And thanks for making me famous.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next season. Let's close this chapter. With that.
Never.
Thank you.
Open and shut case. Bye.